Hello, welcome back to my channel and today's video, which is going to be the final time that I use the Sapphire palette from BH Cosmetics. I have no qualms with this palette except for the glitter. I think it's really beautiful. It performs very nice. It's great BH Cosmetics quality. The problem is that on my own skin tones, which are blue, like my undertones, these sorts of colors make me look very tired. So despite the fact that I love a couple of these shades right here, which I used in today's look, I have decided not to keep the palette, and I would rather pass it along to somebody who's going to get more use out of it and just appreciate it more. So if you'd like to see a very quick video on how I did this eyeshadow look, then don't go anywhere. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Rachel. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom, and I love to play with colorful eyeshadow. If you would like to see lots more colorful content on your timeline, you may want to consider liking and subscribing because I upload quite a lot of videos. Alright, so let's get started. When I look at this palette, I remember that the last several times I've used it, I have gone for the more blue tones and they make me look really tired. So my goal with this use of the palette is to use the green tones and this more silvery shimmer. And I think that's probably all I'm going to use. I might take this blue and put it somewhere, but I don't know. It's really going to be more of the greens and the silver in this palette, which I haven't used much of before. The last time I used this palette, I paired this green with the Peridot palette, and the whole look was Peridot plus this green, and that was really pretty as well. But I'm actually going to be decluttering this palette after I make the video because it just doesn't get any use in my collection, and I'd like to pass it on to somebody who will use it. So I'm going to start today's look using a blending eye brush from e.l.f. This one is pinched on one end, so it's got a bit of a C or U shape to it. And I'm going to dip into the shade Confidence, which is the green matte. And Confidence I'm going to place in my crease and blend it in towards the bridge of the nose. I'm also going to carry it down onto my lid space and cover about the outer third of my lid. When I've got that color pretty well placed down, I'm going to take a larger and clean blending brush and just work on the edges a little bit. I don't have any shadows in this palette that I can use to blend this out, so I'm just taking a clean brush. I do like this palette. I think it's really pretty. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't like the colors. But I bought it before I really understood my own skin undertones, and at this point I tend to avoid using a lot of very dark blue or dark purpley blue shades because they make me look tired. I mean, I like them, but if I'm putting blue on my eyes, it usually needs to be much heavier on the light side of blue with a bit of deepening, but I can't really do a dark blue smoky eye. It's just not the most flattering for my skin. So I like this palette. I'm not complaining about it or the quality, but I'm gonna pass it on because it doesn't get any use. Now I'm gonna take a large pencil brush and take the shade Organized AF. It is a dark, dark green matte, and I'm gonna use that in the outer corner only to deepen up the look a bit. Making sure that I don't totally cover the green that I placed down before, I just wanna deepen the outer corner. This is a really beautiful deepening shade. I've often considered keeping this palette just for a couple of the shades that I could use with other palettes, but I really just don't reach for it, and I think it's taking up space and it's not getting any use or love. So even though I do really, really like a couple of these shades, it's not worth for me to keep the whole palette when somebody could use the entire palette and, you know, get the most out of it. Now I want to use this silver shimmer, so I'm going to take a flat C or shader brush, dip into the shade, it's called Sporty, and I'm going to dip into the pan, get it on my brush, and then I'll spray the brush. I like to spray my shimmers. It just gives me a lot more control over where they are placed, and it also makes them more metallic as a rule. So I'm going to take this Sporty shade and lay that on the whole lid from the inner corner out to meet the mattes that I laid down. And then I'll take my original blending brush and tap where the two shadows, like the shimmer and the matte, meet, and just work them together a little bit. I think for the lower lash line, I'm going to take a smaller pinched blending brush, and I want to grab the shade. Confidence again and put that on my whole lower lash line. And then with a small pencil brush, I'm going back into the Sporty shimmer, and I will tap into the pan and then wet my brush. And I'll use this as an inner corner highlight and drag it down into the first third of the lower lash line. Alright, that's about it. I'm going to take a white eyeliner and tightline the lower waterline, and then I'll go off camera and finish up the other eye and everything else, and then I'll be back to show you how it turned out. Okay, here's how it turned out. I think it's actually quite pretty. I'm surprised that I could get such a smoky green look from a Sapphire palette. Now, I know Sapphires themselves come in lots of different colors, and so when I saw this palette, I was glad that it didn't just have blue, and I really like the green tones in it. Those are the ones that make me reconsider getting rid of the palette because of those beautiful greens, but I know that even though it's been in my collection for several months, I'm just not using it, so I'm gonna pass it along. Anyway, on my lips, I put two different things. I put the ColourPop lip oil in the shade Smirk, and then I put the Burt's Bees lip shimmer in the shade Grapefruit. And for my eyes, I really just added some black eyeliner, winged it out a little bit, added some mascara, and that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I appreciate your time. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And until we see each other again, I hope you have a great day. Bye! Through test number 10, and catechism and practice piano, and your bed's made and your room's clean. And you're dressed. So I will finish checking your math. We can go and I'll check your tests, and then that's the last thing we'll do today is just go through the rest of the edits and corrections. Not edits, but corrections. All right? Good job, sweetheart. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.